What's up, you beautiful collectors and Transformer fans? Thanks for tuning in. Once again, it is the one and only Optibotimus coming with another video review. And it's kind of funny how far we've come, where we have created things like the Studio Series 86 Optimus Prime, and now we are going back and recreating the G1 toy, basically. And it is absolutely phenomenal. I love this little guy. This is the new Transformers Legacy United Deluxe Class G1 Universe Optimus Prime. And for the most part, what this is basically, what this basically is a maybe about a 30% smaller Missing Link Optimus Prime. Missing Link is a line by Takara where they're basically taking the G1 toy design and keeping it essentially the same, but adding articulation. So think Masters of the Universe Origins. So essentially the same type of thing. They're going back, revisiting the vintage toys and updating them with modern materials, modern articulation. Now, when I say modern materials, that means that there's no die cast in these figures. But it's essentially that. And if you're a Transformer fan, you're probably going to be on board with these. Now, starting off first with a package, you can see it's that Legacy United box that we've seen many, many times before. You got a nice image of Optimus right there. The Transformers text, like I said, G1 Universe. Got an up-close image of Optimus Prime on the side. The other side shows other figures that are going to be coming out or have already come out. This is literally the only figure. I might get Slipstream if I see her in stores, but I don't have that much interest in the wave, or this particular wave. But you can see that in terms of transformation, it says 16 steps with... I really doubt it's actually 16 steps. But you got images of him in his vehicle mode, his robot mode, all that fun stuff. Get that out of the way, and here we have him. And like I said, not only is he about 30% smaller than that Missing Link, but that Missing Link is also roughly the same size as the G1 Optimus. So he's also about 30% smaller than that G1 Optimus Prime. But he's still a really fun figure and really does, like I said, give me that Masters of the Universe Origins feel with him, where he is essentially that G1 toy modernized with extra articulation. And realistically, the G1 Optimus already had elbows. He didn't have much in terms of shoulders or anything like that. But like now he's got knees and stuff. He now has ankle tilt, things like that. So it's not too different than that G1 Optimus, but still really fun nonetheless. Accessory-wise, he comes with two different blasters. Now, what I don't honestly know why this one is as thin as it is. This one seems more Optimus Prime-ish. I think this is more in line with like the way his vintage toy, and I honestly don't even remember. So I don't know why this one's thinner. Maybe that's more like G1 toy, and this one is more cartoon or something. Either way, you got two fairly simple guns, pretty nice glossy black paint on it, which does look good, but obviously resembles Optimus, his blasters. He does come with his axe as well, which just fits over his hand. He holds it in his fist. Gets in there very tightly. But you can see it's this nice orange translucent plastic, which when you get it in certain angles, looks even cooler. But for the figure, this is... You can also remove these if you wanted to have him have a back missile or something. I don't know why you would want to do that, but you know, I wish that the Studio Series one stayed in place nearly as well as these ones did. But he also does come with the Matrix, so you can open this front section, and the Matrix of Leadership plugs in. Ow! Why are you not? There we go. Plugs in right there. It is this blue translucent piece as well that you can just leave inside there, and then close that up. But all the way around, very much like that G1 toy. It's really fun. It really is. And it's just, it's simplistic. It, you know, harkens to an earlier time. It's really fun to kind of go from that Studio Series figure to this one, because that Studio Series one is pretty well engineered. Like I said, that's basically like a masterpiece style figure. This one is definitely G1, and I'm all for it. If they do more of these with kind of what they're doing with the missing link kind of thing, I'd probably pick them all up, to be honest. It's just it's fun. Now granted, I kind of wish that, you know, like this the gray that they use was, you know, more chrome, or at least like this nicer kind of reflective silver throughout there. That would have been nice to see on there. So, I mean, the grill, it's not bad or anything, but I would have liked to see a little extra paint put in there. I mean, they put it down here with the gas tanks, you know, and they got a couple silver strips kind of going around them and stuff. That, you know, that would have been nice. But all the way around, very nice. Very, very nice. Articulation-wise, you can see that he does have light piping. I don't know how well that's going to come across, but he's got this little thing here, so I don't even know if it's really doing much. But you get the general idea. But, I mean, let's look. I mean, good head sculpt on there, too. All the way around. Good detail. Got the Autobot logo where it should be. Really fun. Really, really fun. But he does have a ball joint, so you get a good range of motion with the head. The shoulders here do move all the way around. They also hinge now in and out, which is great. He does rotate at the elbow, hinges at the elbow. There's nothing at the wrist. That's all locked into place, but he now also rotates at the waist. He comes down, or come down here to the hips. You can kind of move this out of the way. Those little tires can move out of the way, so you can move his legs all the way forward, all the way back, outward. This particular leg, this leg is fine. This leg does that every single time. And I put it in there, and I think it's in there, and then every single time. And I'm not pulling on this. I'm literally just rotating it, and it pops out. So that kind of sucks. I don't know if that's just on my copy, but that's really unfortunate. I mean, at the end of the day, it's not going to hurt my feelings, but it does suck that that's on there. I don't know if I can really do it because it's just like a mushroom peg that it just seems to pop off. So I don't know if using the floor polish on it will, I mean, like that's fine. I don't know if the floor polish would work for that. It might. I'll more than likely do it, but that does kind of sting. Like I said, this one, perfectly fine. There's nothing wrong with this. This one here, just automatically swings out, so that kind of sucks. He bends here at the knee, which is really nice, and then the ankles, as part of the transformation, he can point his toe, but he's now got ankle tilt, which is fantastic. The other thing that's worth noting, and I'll get to it a little bit more in vehicle mode, are these tires, which are really cool, but really very nice. Really very nice. And as far as transformation goes, if you've transformed a G1 Optimus Prime, you pretty much know what to do here, but there are some added bits, which does make it unique, and I'm here for it. So first, what you want to do is these arms. Bring this up, and then rotate this section around, and then bring that up. That's completely different than what we've ever gotten with the G1 Optimus Prime, because we all know that you just take his hands off in that, and then typically you would like store them in there. I mean, yeah, I don't even know if you actually could store them in there. I mean, maybe you could, but realistically, that looks a little bit. His windshield, as I'm hitting it in different lights, kind of looks dirty. That's weird. But bring this back up. Oh wait, yeah, get that in there. Bring that up, just like so. Then you can kind of angle these and just kind of position these how you want them. But I do how like the lights are right there on the other side. Come around to the back. Take this, rotate that back, and then bring his head all the way down. Close that up, just like so. Then bring his arms back. give that a good squeeze. That locks that section. You got a little tab and everything that'll lock everything in there. So when you bring that back, give that a good squeeze. Just to kind of get that in there nice and smooth like. Then take this, you want to lift this section up. I guess at this point you can take these legs, bring the feet together, and then connect the two legs together. And that's really, again, that doesn't really want to connect very well. You just gotta really squeeze it right there. There we go. And then kind of angle these back. These tires, you want to bring those down, and then you got a section right here that'll come down and lock these tires into place. Kind of, no, well, it just kind of sits there like that. Okay, oh, detach that. Okay, then bring these up, and then you want to bring this around. Don't push it all the way in just yet, but just kind of get everything lined up there. And then when you bring this up, you got little connecting points. You got a point right here on his thigh that'll connect to that, and then a point on the front side of the gas tank. So you bring that up, kind of just swoop that into place there. Do that on this side. Swoop that into place there. And then, like I said, give that a real solid squeeze. I mean, it's all right. It's not that bad. Just kind of straighten everything out. And there you have G1 Universe Optimus Prime, and he's tiny. He's so tiny. Again, like I said, about 30% or so, roughly, smaller than the G1 Optimus Prime. And unfortunately, I don't have that, although I'm trying to see what I have around here that I can show you that's in vehicular form, and I don't really have anything that's in vehicular form. So I'm sorry, but here is it. Does that work? It's cringer. Is that cringe? I'm sorry. Okay, get rid of that. That's a bad joke. These weapons, you can come around here. The axe, it doesn't really, like, the hole doesn't really fit. But you got little sections along the side that connect to the outer section of the ball. So if you give that a good solid push, you can friction that in there. Like I said, that peg isn't really doing it. It's the friction on the outer section. And then just put that guy there. And you can put that guy there. So you do have weapon storage in vehicle mode. But as I was talking about, the nice thing is that these tires, while they don't really feel like rubber, but they do and they don't. I mean, you can see that they're squishy, and you can feel that they're grippy. So, I mean, that's actually kind of cool that they did that with this, because that's very much like the G1 toy. So if they elected to give us this instead of doing the silverish paint on like the smokestacks or the kind of the grill section there, if they decided to do that, if that's the reasoning, I'm okay with it. I would have liked to have the silver on there, but this is, like I said, it's tiny. It rolls very nicely with those rubberish tires, but he's tiny and he's cute, and that's the only real way I can describe him. And I think that he works perfectly, especially if you do like that Takara Missing Link Optimus. This is essentially that, just smaller and more budget friendly. I mean, as a deluxe figure, you're looking at like, what, $20 or whatever it is, $22 for these things nowadays. I'm really very impressed with how it turned out. I don't think it's nearly as many steps as it's saying that it is, but I absolutely adore this little guy. And yeah, you can still open that. You can, the reason you can open it before on the G1 is to put the Diaclone figures in the little Micromen. You can't really do that here. They elected to put the Matrix in there, which is fine. But super fun, super cute. It's G1 Optimus Prime. I mean, that's all I can really think of to say. G1 Optimus Prime updated, much like I've reviewed these Masters of the Universe Origin figures for years now, and it's actually kind of cool to see Hasbro kind of doing that as well. It's really fun. As I said, if they decide to do more figures like this, you gotta believe they're gonna do Bumblebee. And if they're gonna do Bumblebee, then they're probably gonna do Cliffjumper. I mean, they've already announced the Missing Link versions of Optimus Prime, Bumblebee, Cliffjumper. I think who else? I think Sunstreaker, and then Condor, which is like the Japanese version. So, I mean, they seem to be doing these. I would like to see what they would do with some Decepticons. I mean, it would be kind of cool to see. Obviously, we're not going to get Megatron like that. But the Seekers, you know, Starscream, Thundercracker, Skywarp, those guys, I could definitely see those being updated. So, I'm curious to see how far they'll go with this G1 Universe line. I mean, they at least have given us a couple in terms of like the Prime Universe, the Animated Universe. They've given us a couple, the Armada Universe. They're big figures that they've done. So let's see how far they actually decide to take the G1 Universe. But there you go, guys. Sorry, excuse me. There you go. There's my look at the new Transformers Legacy United G1 Universe Deluxe Class Optimus Prime. If you'd like to add this guy to your collection, he is available online at various retailers such as Big Bad Toy Store. So for that, I will put a link right down there in the video description where you can swing on by and add this guy to your collection today. But beyond that, as always, I want to thank you all so much for tuning in and watching. If you like this video and you made it all the way through, why not go one extra step and hit that thumbs up button? Giving me that like really does go a long way towards helping me out and increases the visibility of my channel to everybody here on the YouTubes. But that's about it, guys. Thank you all so much for tuning in and watching. And until next time, this is Optibotimus saying adios, au revoir, and I'll be the same.